He promised to end the chaos of 14 years of Conservative rule.
What an amazing reception. We did it!
But less than 2 years after winning one of Labour's biggest ever election victories, Keir Starmer resigned as Prime Minister.
Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party.
His approval ratings had fallen below even those of Liz Truss, the Conservative leader famously outlasted by a lettuce. As his government faced rebellions and U-turns, Nigel Farage's Reform UK surged in Labour heartlands. And at the same time, Starmer's stance on Israel's war on Gaza alienated younger and progressive voters. So how did a former human rights lawyer who promised stability become one of Britain's most unpopular prime ministers? The former Oxford graduate entered Parliament in 2015 and quickly rose through Labour under Jeremy Corbyn, serving in his shadow cabinet. After Labour's defeat in 2019, Starmer ran for leader as a unity candidate. He made a series of pledges that appeared to preserve parts of Corbyn's programme, including public ownership, stronger workers' rights, and a more progressive tax system. But he had never really been part of Labour's socialist left. Now, once elected, Starmer moved quickly to distance Labour from Corbynism. Corbyn was suspended after the EHRC report, following comments that anti-Semitism in Labour had been exaggerated for political reasons. Starmer's allies argued that Labour could only win again by moving towards the political centre, with a greater focus on caution, patriotism, and tougher rhetoric on immigration.
We risk becoming an island of strangers, not a nation that walks forward together. Now, make no mistake, this plan means migration will fall. That's a promise.
This strategy left the party without a clear political identity, opening up space for Reform UK. Led by Nigel Farage, Reform offered a more nationalistic and hard-right version of the anti-immigration politics Starmer was trying to answer. Its rise was driven by hostility towards migrants and asylum seekers, and a view of multiculturalism as a threat to Britain. By the local elections in May, Labour suffered a bruising defeat, while Reform emerged as one of the election's biggest winners.
We have absolutely torn the most massive, historic chunk out of the Labour vote in the north of England.
Starmer's tougher rhetoric on immigration had failed to stop Reform's rise. In some parts of northern England, it appeared to strengthen the political terrain on which Farage thrived. But Labour was also losing support in the other direction. Many younger Muslim and progressive voters felt alienated by Starmer's welfare policies, his move away from Corbyn-era pledges, and his stance on Israel's war on Gaza.
Well, I'm very clear. Israel does have that right to defend herself.
A siege is appropriate? Cutting off power, cutting off water?
Well, I think that Israel does have that right. It is an ongoing situation. Obviously, everything should be done within international law, but I don't want to step away from the sort of core principles that Israel has a right to defend herself and Hamas bears responsibility for these terrorist acts.
Starmer's comments on LBC outraged Palestinian solidarity campaigners, Muslim communities, and many Labour supporters. As Israel's war on Gaza intensified, pressure grew inside Labour for Starmer to change course. Senior figures, including some in his shadow cabinet, raised concerns about what they saw as a double standard towards Palestinian lives. But Starmer still aligned closely with the United States and Israel. His government also backed the proscription of Palestine action under terrorism laws, a move condemned by civil liberties groups and pro-Palestinian campaigners as an attempt to criminalise protest. A further blow to Starmer's political career was choosing Peter Mandelson, a man who had twice been fired from other Labour governments on ethical concerns, for the post of US ambassador. Starmer gave him the job despite knowing that Mandelson had a friendship with the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The appointment became a symbol of Starmer's wider project, a return to the Blair-era establishment rather than the change he had promised. Now with Starmer out, the question is whether frontrunner Andy Burnham can offer the political identity Starmer never could.